Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our English transmission, which we resume right now with a new edition of Nile News, bringing you, of course, the latest updates regarding the second phase of Egypt's parliamentary elections. With me, العملية. But first, let's take a look at the headlines. Egyptians vote for the second day in the parliamentary elections. For the third day, a search continues for Paris attack suspect. Welcome back. In order to update you regarding the latest developments on the second phase of Egypt's parliamentary elections, the Interior Ministry is currently following up the updates of the elections and, of course, providing full security. We have with us now Dina Houeda, who has with her Brigadier Hatem Fathi, the Director General of the International Affairs Administration in the Interior Ministry. Hello, Dina. Dina, what is the latest updates?
Second day of the second phase of the parliamentary elections of 2015 in the 13 governorate. And I have the pleasure now to be joined by Major Ahmad Haydar from the International Relations Department here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Dean.
Can you please talk to us about the preparations and steadiness of the parliamentary elections compared to the first phase?
Actually, yesterday Egypt witnessed an eventful day that was characterized by stability and well-organized procedures of the voting electoral preparations. And also for the security situation, I'd like to say that there was a full presence, a full-scale presence of police forces supported by the army actually, and they were stationed outside the polling station, and also they were present at mobile and or moving bases that are covering the voting locations. I'd like to say that we are eager and keen to ensure that nobody is intimidated and everybody feel free to go in and cast their vote. It's very important to mention that apart from the situations that may endanger the life of those who are present in the polling stations, it is important to say that the police forces or the security forces act only upon the request of the judges that are responsible for supervising the electoral process.
And what about securing the citizen outside the polling station?
As I told you, that the police forces are stationed outside the polling stations, and they the security forces on a high alert and full readiness to act and respond to any kind of violations or disturbances, especially in the constituencies that is characterized by familial or tribal clashes maybe are expected there, and the police forces will respond firmly to any kind of these violations to lawbreakers.
Speaking about emergency situation, is there any special rooms for this?
Yes, actually there is a room coordinating, a central room for the Ministry of Interior, coordinating with other rooms in the police departments around the Republic.
And is there any help for the elders to vote?
Yes, actually the Ministry of Interior provided the wheelchairs for those who are handicapped or disabled people, and also they provided some personnel to accompany the old man or the old woman to cast their vote.
Major Ahmed, is there any violations till now?
Yesterday, the higher electoral committee stated that there is a few incidents of violations like such as voting or taking picture of voting ballots and collecting some ballots in return for money. And as I told you, upon the request of the judges, the security forces move and respond to these violations.
And speaking of violations, what are the consequences for any violation, especially that we heard that there is sometimes illegal campaigning outside schools?
This is considered, as I told you, an administrative violations, and we move for this upon also the request of the judges that is supervising the electoral process.
Thank you, Major Ahmed, for joining us on Nile TV. Thank you. Those were the updates we got so far from Ministry of Interior. This was Dina Hwaidak reporting for Nile TV.
Much Dina, live from the Interior Ministry. Thank you very much. And resuming our news bulletin, the polling stations opened for the second day on Monday in Cairo and 12 other governorates for the second stage of the parliamentary elections. Voting will take place between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. Monday is the second and final day of voting, with runoff rounds scheduled between November the 30th and the 2nd of December. Voting abroad was concluded on Sunday night. A number of 222 individual seats are contested by hundreds of candidates in the second round. For party lists, there is a total of 60 seats in 2 constituencies in Cairo and the Nile Delta. A total of 160,000 army personnel were deployed to secure polling stations in the 13 governorates in which the second stage of the parliamentary elections takes place. The 13 governorates voting are Cairo, Qalyubiyya, Menoufiya, Sharqiyya, غربية, كفر الشيخ, Damietta, Port Said, Ismailia, Suez, North and South Sinai.